very capable of doing both roles. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table in the starter spot.
Cole Roederer and Cam Warner in the 2 and 3 spots to follow. Swing and a miss. It's 1 and 2. Almost 2 runs. He walks the leadoff man here as McKenzie works the count back into his favor, and he's aboard to start the game. Fox catches the outside corner there.
Fox is hesitant to throw over the plate.
Good pitch there, diving down and in on Roederer. It's 3 and 2. Matavesi is the first base umpire. Ian Gavin over at third base umpire. He had the plate last night. And Stuart Howe back behind the plate today. That one's ripped into right field, a base hit. McKenzie heading for third. Skull bobbled it a little bit out in right, but McKenzie had made the turn anyway. Looking to get out of it. First pitch swinging. Warner sends one deep into left field. Robson looks up, and that one's gone. A 3-run shot for Cam Warner. And just like that, the Cavalry own a 3-0 lead, still with no outs in the top of the first inning.
And that has been the issue for Fox this year. When he keeps the ball in the park, he's great.
Now with the bases empty, here's Boss Monaroa, the cleanup hitter. Similar theme last night, scoreless through 3 as Monaroa rips one to the gap when Lavarnway hit the go-ahead solo homer in the 4th. So Monaroa pulls into second with a leadoff double. The first 4 have reached for the Cavalry. First pitch breaking ball sent into center. Whitefield's there, makes a leaping grab. A hard hit ball, but it's an out, and that helps Fox. 2-0 sent in the air. Skull chases after it in right. That one stays in play, in fair territory. Skull makes the grab, so 2 down. And Monaroa moves up to third.
And then Didi Gregorius hit a 3-run shot in the bottom half of the first inning that set Yankee Stadium alight.
Fox looking to strand Monaroa at third with Chris Quitzer up. Ground ball to first, that'll do it. Georgie over to the bag. The Cavalry get 3. They do it on 3 hits, no errors, 1 man left. Robson smacks one off of Monaroa into right field. Big turnaround first, he's headed for second. Here's the off-balance throw in, not in time. A leadoff hustle double for Jacob Robson. And the Aces have a man in scoring position to lead off the first.
And Campbell was just in the wrong spot for it. Great awareness by Robness to turn what seemed like a textbook single into a leadoff 2-bagger.
Dale tried to hold up there but couldn't. This is his 9th appearance of the season, 5th start. Chopper to third. Off-balance throw by the third baseman Quitzer. First pitch breaking ball with a little tight late break there. Fans of the broadcast as Glendinning drills one out to deep left center field. Pugh looks up. He'll just turn and watch it fly. Fire me up. 2 runs on 2 hits, both runs coming in on the Glendinning homer to left center. We head to the top of the second. Could be a fun one today. 3-2 already through 1 on Aces TV. A 3-2 ball game. We're not even out of the first. 3-1, tapped foul, it's full. 3-2 to Skull. Ball 4, another man on. And the tying run is now on base. George rips one to third. Hot shot at Quitzer. He makes a nice play. Over to second for one, in time at first. Wow. An impressive 5-4-3 double play to get the Cavalry out of the inning. Robbie Glendinning answered with a 2-run shot of his own. And it's 3-2 Cavalry as we open up play in the top of the second. A little pop-up out to second. Glendinning has it. A little underhand glove flip as the Aces throw it around the horn. Easy does it for out number 1 in the second. Fox gets one over after falling behind 2-0. Really solid 2022 campaign. 11-3 with a 3.63 ERA in 18 games, 16 of them starts. Well, he walks Campbell here, second walk of the game, one time through the order now. 73 strikeouts, just 44 walks. He was really good. That one's tapped foul off the bat of McKenzie. And he works quickly. This one could be two. Dale over to Glendinning, over to Darryl George, not in time. But the Aces do get the lead runner as Campbell's cut down. Fox looking to get out of the second unscathed. Pitched 4 seasons of college baseball at Emerson University. Next pitch, that's down. The ball gets away from O'Neill. Runner takes off. Here's the throw. It's a good one, but just a little late. Good crowd on hand for today's 1 p.m. start as Fox walks Roederer, his third walk of the contest. He's a guy who's bounced around the diamond quite a bit. Swings at the first pitch after homering his last time up. Just a lazy fly ball to center. Whitefield under it, and the inning is over. As Whitefield leads off the second. Whitefield tied up inside, count quickly 0-2.
You're right, he has played every day, and he played both games in the Samurai series before he came to the Aces. Like, he really has just not had a lot of time off.
Ryan Lavarnway, as he swings at the first pitch and rips one into center. It's down in front of Roederer. Another hit for Lavarnway, who homered last night for his first ABL hit to either infield corner, put him behind the plate. Hasn't caught this series.
He got himself a hit after taking one of his very few days off of the season the night before. Consistent kind of way. Now they do.
Osborne down on strikes. So he's out number 2. Cam Warner at second, Boss Monroe at first. Left to right in the outfield, Tillman Pugh in left. 1 strike pitch, swing and a miss, make it 0-2.
Nitt is really finding the zone well against these Aces hitters.
Good breaking ball from Nitt, who strikes out 3 in the second.
Back in the first, but was stranded on base. That one's bounced foul, and the count evens at 1-1. Had a nice little pregame ceremony for him. Robbie Perkins was the next guy to it in game 2 of this round as Boss Monoroa clips his second hit of the ball game. A single out to center to lead off the third. 2 of the longest tenured members of the ABL. Andrew Campbell of the Brisbane Bandits got to game 350 the other day. Some heavy heat here at Melbourne Ballpark as Perkins sprays this one into center field, right at Whitefield, though. A short run for out number 1. 3-0. Pugh swings away and pops this one up in the air, foul. There have been some really loud ones. I know there was one, I think yesterday, that really scared a couple of the fans as Pugh popped this one into shallow left field. Going on the run is Robson. He'll let it bounce in foul territory, though, and the count runs full to Pugh. We'll see what comes on the payoff. That is hammered into left field. Robson going back in a short run as he lets this one leave the yard. A rocket off the bat of Tillman Pugh, second homer of the day for the Cavalry, and they lead at 5-2 here in the third. Telling the story today as we take a look at the replay.
Yeah, get a good look at it here. Fastball, and yeah, it's pretty much center cut. Maybe a little bit low and in, but.
And now first pitch is hammered foul by Mitch Edwards.
But he's done a great job handling first. It makes it easier for a pitcher. It makes it easier for the entire team to have a guy that you trust over there.
These difference makers who have been able to make an impact at the bat and in the field at first base as the 2-2 pitch is cut on and missed for strike 3. If you guys want to get your beer bats here at Aces Ballpark, you can get them at the team store or at the canteen for a very good price. 5-2 the score. Canberra in the lead here in the third as Robson fouls this away to make it 2-2.
Whenever he hits the ball.
Payoff pitch. Hammered into center field, and Jacob Robson is 2 for 2. A leadoff single.
I think I've been on a roll lately, if I do say so myself.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just the beer. Robson's off for second. The pitch misses. A high throw, and Robson's in there safely. 7 for 9 on the year in stolen bases.
He's a gamer. He does so much to impact the game and help the Aces win ball games.
3-0. Breaking ball drops below the knees, and Jared Dale is on with a walk. Hoping to keep the good vibes rolling with 2 on and nobody out here in the third. Glendenning attacks the first pitch, but it's a breaking ball that sneaks underneath his bat for a strike. Osborne third on the team with 3 homers. Robson has 4, Glendenning now with 5 as he swings at a high fastball and misses 0-2. And you count on your 3-hole hitter for situations like this. But right there, it's Reese Nitt getting the better of him. A foul tip into Perkins' glove, and it is a strikeout for Robbie Glendenning. This is hit high in the air out to center field. Roederer comes in on it and makes the grab for out number 2. Beerbats saving the day once again at Melbourne Ballpark. George trying to do the same on the field. 1-0, just catching the outside corner. 2-1. Swing and a miss, an aggressive swing from George. And Reese Nitt is using that high fastball and fires home. That's hit high in the air, deep out to center field. Roederer's going back, on the track, over the batter's eye. Darryl George with a bomb, and this game is tied.
Let's go. Darryl George, we were just talking about it, waiting for him to break out once again. He's getting into the swing of things. He acknowledging the crowd behind home plate there. That was fun.
Now let's take a look at this replay. This was just hung right over for him. Darryl George takes a cookie over the plate, and that ball might go towards the Laverton station.
Oh, he knew it. He knew it. You saw the subtle bat drop right there. Just stop and stare at his work.
Who is now tied for third on the team with 3 home runs. 1-1, slice foul, and it's 1-2. 1-2 to Whitefield. That is hit on a rope to center field. Roederer's tracking back and makes the one-handed grab with his toes on the warning track. I know we're all used to fireworks on New Year's Eve, but plenty of fireworks here on Melbourne Ballpark on New Year's Day, as Michael Campbell bunched this one foul to lead off the 4th against 9-1 and 2 of the Cavs here in the 4th inning. And here's the 0-2. Hit on the ground to second. Easy play for Glendenning. Flip to first. There's out number 1. Now the 1-0. Foul tip, and that bounces below the glove of O'Neill, but it's a 1-1 count on the contact. If he comes in. Swing and a miss. 5 hits for each team, 5 runs for each team. 1-2, wave and a whiff, strike 3.
You know, he's got to be fired up out there on the mound.
First pitch grounded to first base. Easy play for George. He's going to beat Cole to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. And the pitch. Hit hard out to left field, and a soggy line drive bounces above Tillman Pugh's glove. Lavarnway turns on the Jets, and he's going to head to second with a stand-up double.
He's now been on base 5 times in 3 games, and everything he puts in play is hit hard.
Here's his former teammate in Pensacola, in J.D. Osborne, as he fouls this one away.
A side note with Osborne, he's got an awesome walk-up song. I don't know what it is.
Though Osborne, with his versatility, has been moved all around the infield for the Aces this year. 1-1, hit hard, but a sliding stop made at short. Lavarnway looked back to first, and Osborne out at first. First pitch is popped high in the air, out to right field. Not much of a run for Campbell, and he makes the grab. Lavarnway's going to head towards third base. A bouncing throw pulls Quitzer off the bag, and Ryan Lavarnway takes advantage of the deep fly and moves 90 feet from giving the Aces their first lead of the game. If the ball touches grass, the Aces have a lead. Robson pops the first pitch foul down the left field line.
Just pretty much barreling up everything he puts in play.
0-1 sliced foul, and that slips under the netting. The 0-2. Robson lets it go, and it's a called strike 3. Walks back towards the dugout, and we'll see. That's a bit questionable.
Gave up 2 home run balls, all 5 runs scored on the home run for Fox, but he settled down, worked a 1-2-3-4 to end his day. He spent some time with the Aces over the 2016-17 season.
But starting with that hard fastball and working towards the breaking stuff from there is how Beatty's going to get outs.
popped up down the right field line. Georgie's out there. And it hits off his glove as he tried to make the grab. 3-2 from Beatty. Popped up right side again. Now Darryl George fighting the sun gives way to Glendinning, who calls him off. Seen it pay dividends quite a bit this season.
I mean, Glendinning, Khalil, Dale have some of the smoother gloves in the entire league. And, I mean, you don't see that very often, guys who can play that many different positions.
Strike 3 on a fastball up top to Monaroa. Beatty picks up his first punch out. Beatty looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Good start with Perkins up at the dish. 0-1 after the swing and a miss at the slider. Beatty working quickly. Here's his next offering. Sent on the ground to short. There's Dale. And it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Matt Beatty. He gets the Aces back into the dugout with a chance to take the lead. 5-5 after 4.5.
1 hit allowed, but 3 strikeouts. And just some pretty dominant stuff.
Dale sends one up the middle for a base hit. Here's Glendinning. Chopper foul. Glendinning struck out swinging on 3 pitches his last time up.
Both the innings where the Aces have scored, the leadoff man, Jacob Robson specifically, has gotten on base.
Back-to-back hits for the Aces. Glendinning has his second hit of the day. It's his 5th multi-hit game of the season.
You're absolutely right. This is the momentum of that big win last night carrying forward. Why not punish him if he's going to throw a fastball over the middle?
I'm with you there, and I think 3-2 with Dale and Glendinning on. Skull sends one in the air, but it'll stay in the infield. Quitzer makes the grab. 1-0. George spoils it foul. I mean, that dude, when he barrels a baseball up.
There aren't enough words to describe how much that ball was destroyed.
Breaking ball from Sacco catches the inside corner. It's 1-2. Both runners go. The pitch saws off George. And by sending both runners in motion, the Aces stay out of the double play.
Is hitting today. Great job on the hit and run, on the running on.
Dale at third, Glendinning at second. 1-0. Ground ball out to second. This should end the inning. Warner over to the boss man, and it does end the inning.
Just the versatility of the Aces in the infield and the outfield. But how about some of these bullpen guys? Yeah, I think that was the best relief appearance of any Aces player this season.
We just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, too, so a milestone. And a swing and a miss. Beatty picks up his second strikeout. 4 up, 4 down for the right-hander as Pugh's gone. There's the left-handed swinging Quitzer.
I want all of you watching to try and say Chris Quitzer 10 times fast.
Loses the bat, and oh my goodness, that. And then he came back after the second one with a first baseman's mitt on, hanging over the railing with the glove on. Hot shot to first. Darryl George doing it all today. Said, I'm going to take that one to the bag myself. I'll throw it around the horn. 2 gone and no one on here in the 6th.
I'm surprised we still have, it looks like Moylo and Jack Fox are still standing on the railing getting his championship ring last night. And that thing was a golf ball.
They just keep getting bigger. Another 1-2-3 inning for Matt Beatty. 6 up, 6 down for him. 11 in a row retired by Fox and Beatty. Chance for a 3-hit afternoon. Next one, skied in the air. Foul territory left side. Quitzer fights the sun and he makes the grab. Really impressive college numbers for Osborne. He's had some good pro numbers as well.
I think there's 50 games, something like that, in a college baseball season.
Yeah, 50-60 max.
Yeah.
You know? 2-2. Osborne sends one in the air to center. Cole Roederer is right there. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th for Yuhi Sacco's out for a second inning.
There aren't a lot of collegiate players who get into the MLB draft. You clearly have to have an impressive career, which Osborne did.
Here's another guy who tore it up at the collegiate level. Pro ball, I think you're more on an even playing field. It humbles you at times as Emil takes the ball outside, but some of the college stats are crazy for these guys. And so we'll take a look at this replay. I mean, that's not a strike, and because of it, I have to cut my story short.
The 2-0. That is stroked into center field. Whitefield on the run, who makes the catch for out number 1. 253 on the season. 3-0. Called strike. The fastball touches the outside corner. The big stat, as Mike has mentioned a lot this series, 20 walks and 17 strikeouts, now 18 and 21. Chopped over to third. Osborne feels it as it teeters on the foul line. A tough play at first, and he's gone. And we'll take a look here. The speed of Jake McKenzie and a great camera angle is about to show how close this play was. A full count walk in the second and a ground out his last time up in the fourth. Clearly goes around on that low breaker, and it's 0-1. 0-1. That's a called strike on the outside corner to make it 0-2. As Beatty looking to complete his third inning of work. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The high heater gets Roederer, and Matt Beatty retires all 3 for the third straight inning.
It starts with the guys at the top, and Robson, Dale, and Glendinning have done an excellent job of getting on base.
1-1. Robson lets it go, and it's inside. That's Phil Pfeiffer, who we saw pitch last night, and James Reeves, the lone lefty arm in the bullpen, but a solid first at-bat for Reeves. So 1-0 count to the Aces shortstop. The pitch. Another slider. That one finds the strike zone for the first time. It's 1-1. I doubt Glendinning is going to get something good to hit, I'll tell you that. 1-1. There's a slider again, and there's another strike. 1-2. Across 2 levels in San Diego's system. They liked him enough to bump him up to AAA El Paso late in the year. He doesn't like that, though. The slider gets him to go. 2 strikeouts for Reeves, 2 outs in the 7th. 8 hits in each of the last 2 nights. So a pleasant upturn in hitting for the Aces, an area where they struggled in the first 2 games of the series. 1-1. Another slider. This one a called strike on the inside corner. The pitch. Called strike 3. Glendinning knew it as that one hit the outside corner. A 1-2-3 inning, all because of some strikeouts from James Reeves. A solid 7th inning for the Cavs. This game is still tied at 5 as we head into the 8th.
Man on third, 1 out. Came back and got 2 really big strikeouts to keep the game tied at the time.
As Warner will lead off the 8th here. Rutsky deals. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and that curve has been especially effective when he's been able to locate it. 1-1. Right on left matchup here. 2-2 for Rutsky. He deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. There's that curve again, looking as nasty as ever. 10 with the Cavs, 2 with the Sydney Blue Sox. Swing and a miss. Challenging with a fastball is Rutsky, and he gets the better of the boss man. Rutsky from the stretch. Fouled away by Boss, and it's 0-2. 0-2. Hit high in the air out to left field. Robson back on the warning track. At the wall, he leaps, and it's gone. Boss Monaroa with a huge home run for Canberra. And they take a late lead here in the 8th inning, 6-5.
Now that they'll know that they need at least 1 to tie and then 2 to win it. Take a look at the fastball high and away. Monaroa just took it to the opposite field and let it get up there in the wind and sail over the fence.
And you talk about the wind, just look at where those flags are blowing. And Boss continues a solid season. Rutsky deals. A nice breaking ball, catching the outside corner, and it's 1-2. All 4 others have been with runners on base. Bouncer to Osborne at third base. He picks it up easily and throws it to first for the 2nd out.
And it's okay that it was a solo home run because you can live with that.
First pitch is a swing and a miss to Tillman Pugh, another one of the home run artists tonight. And then Darryl George followed that up, tying the game with his 3-run blast in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. So remember to get them at the canteen or at the team store. Payoff pitch inside, and Tillman Pugh will flip the bat. First walk of the day for the Aces bullpen.
That last night, Lennox 6-out save, the most impressive relief outing of the season for an Aces pitcher. Oh, there's another guy. That's Quitzer again losing the bat.
Yeah. All right, Rob, where are you? Because I think Chris needs some of that tape. He didn't opt for top pine tar, and he opted to swing and miss at a looping curve instead of, I know I see a couple of coaches on the railing. 2-2 fisted into left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit right between Osborne and Dale. And Quitzer keeps the bat in his hands long enough for a 2-out base hit. You know, countless others. Chris Burke, Melbourne natives, as that one is driven into center field. A weird bounce for Whitefield, who's going to send a high throw to home plate. Pulls O'Neill off the plate and sends Tillman Pugh home standing up. Campbell started this game in right field, so we could see a defensive switch in the bottom of the eighth. 1-1 the count now as the curveball settles on the outside corner. 2-1, catching the outside corner, and once again Rutsky's a strike away. Rutsky, the 2-2. Hit right back up the middle. That's going to leak into center field for another base hit. Rounding third is Quitzer. The throw offline from Whitefield, and 2 2-out runs for the Cavalry extend their lead to 8-5. 2020 championship team here in Melbourne gets his 7th ribby of the season. And the pitch. Hit up the middle. Behind the back, stopped by Rutsky. Little razzle-dazzle from Evan Rutsky.
Keeping the game tied over those middle innings.
8-5 the score. Jake Skoll hits this one high and foul.
Things are tight in that other division. You know, Brisbane's ran away with it. They've dominated the entire league this year.
Darnell deals and Skoll spanks it up the middle. A single into center field for Jake Skoll. And exactly what the Aces needed. But a really solid all-around game after last night's win as George fouls that into the backstop to make it an 0-1 count. They lost that December 30th game by a score of 9-3 as George fouls this one back 0-2. 0-2 to George. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Darnell finally gets the better of him. 4 of the last 5 Aces batters and 5 of the last 6 now. Has 4 stolen bases and as many attempts. 3-0, catching the outside corner, 3-1. Varnway on deck, has a single and a double already today. Skoll goes, Whitefield fouls it into the parking lot. Here's the payoff. Skoll's off again. Whitefield hits this high in the air out to right field. Skoll's going to have to drag back towards first base, and the throw held up in right field. 2 outs now for the Aces. The pitch. Fastball. Settles in there for a strike. Pitch. Varnway fouls it off, and now Dugan is a strike away. Varnway hits that on a liner, but right to the second baseman in Warner. So a leadoff base hit goes for naught, and the Aces come up empty in the 8th inning.
4th pitcher of the afternoon for the Aces as they trail the Canberra Cavalry 8-5, top 9. He pitched on Thursday in the series opener. A scoreless inning and then got tagged for 8 runs, only 5 earned though in the top of the 12th. He's got out number 1 in the 9th as Roederer flies out. Young's really tough on right-handers. Righty's hitting .077 against him this season. He allowed just 2 hits in 8 innings of work against right-handed batters. Taking a look at his last few outings as Whitefield comes in for a fly ball. That's out number 2. Here's Boss Monaroa, who gave Canberra the lead with a solo homer to left in the 8th. 3 runs in the top of the 8th. That's the difference right now. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Young, 0-2. I think those are probably the 2 fastest workers on the team.
Oh, without question.
Fastball on the inside corner, a called strike 3. Young paints the inner half. Monaroa retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jezer. Each team with 9 hits. The long ball has been a story today. Looking to work on the tan. But you definitely wouldn't want to spend a whole afternoon in that Australian sun.
Yeah, I've got a couple burns to my name.
Making use of the aloe you brought with you.
Oh, yeah.
Fly ball shallow right. A collision out there between Garbella and Warner. Doesn't look like it was too bad.
I don't think it's because he was hitting the head or anything. Yeah, looks like those legs collided.
I'll be honest, though, in my head, though, I like to play manager and kind of just process what the possible next move could be. Do that in MLB The Show all the time.
Oh, yeah, because I've been playing a lot of Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show, but I always like kind of the administrative side of like playing like sports video games than the actual gameplay sometimes.
Quite clear that that's a good camp to attend.
Burke called out on strikes, and he's just going to kick some dirt around for an extra second there. Robson 2 for 4. Double, a single, and he scored twice. Rips one to right field. Garbella goes back, but he makes the grab shy of the track. That ends the game. It ends the series. The Cavalry take Game 4 by a score of 8-5. They take 3 of 4 in the series.